Bill, we've heard quite enough from you and Hillary throughout this campaign. Now, just keep quiet.
Sir.
Now, I have to say, this long presidential campaign has made me dead tired, which is kind of appropriate when you consider I'll be giving tax cuts to both the dead and the undead under my administration. Now, Boston has a very special tour that features ghosts and ghouls that are even more frightening than my Republican colleagues, or for that matter, that one.
I got that.
Anyway, Tim Estiloz has the ghostly stories.
Now, when you think of Boston, you usually think of Paul Revere, baked beans, even the Red Sox. But the history of Boston has a darker, more horrifying side, and one that's sure to send shivers up the spine of even the most brave soul.
Now, the best way to experience Boston's history of the horrific is on a very special fright-seeing tour, not designed for the faint of heart.
There are some 10 to 11,000 souls resting and rotting beneath the soles of your shoes. Doesn't seem like that, does it? But I assure you they're all there, beneath only 2,300 headstones.
Our ghoulish guides on this dark excursion are anything but typical. There's Carmen, the undead circus ringmaster with a wicked sense of humor.
Welcome, my friends, to Ghosts and Gravestones, circus of the strange, sideshow of the sinister, theater of the bizarre.
And a certain gravedigger makes sure the victims on this trolley of terror have a bloody good time.
And my name is Silas. Everyone say hi, Silas. Hi, Silas. Oh, God, you're annoying. And I will be your grave digger for the evening, but I was not always a grave digger, you know, though. I was a sailor first, a privateer, if you will, and a good one at that.
And what should people expect on this demented mix of Freedom Trail Tour and Haunted House?
Well, of course, the graveyards of Boston Town, my friends, murder sites, haunted places. We may even lock you in if you misbehave.
What have you heard about this tour?
I heard it's really scary.
It's a history tour, but turned on its head. It's everything you wouldn't expect from the city of Boston. This is the Boston Athenaeum, America's oldest private library. Within these walls lies a book entitled The Highwayman by James Allen, bound in its author's own flesh.
And if that's not creepy enough, spellbound tourists are regaled with tales of the Boston Strangler and the murderous Dr. John Webster.
He then put the body parts beneath the floorboards of the office and then probably ran away. Now all this happened right here. No, not Finagle Bagel, but there. Massachusetts General Hospital.
Now, not all the frightening fun happens here right on the trolley. Our ghoulish guides also take us to some truly creepy places that are often overlooked during the light of day.
That's because Silas leads these terrified tourists off the trolley
So, my friends, welcome to Copp's Hill Burying Ground.
through a late-night excursion into their deepest fears.
Now imagine, my friends, that you've just woken up from the deepest sleep you've ever known. And as you take a deep breath, all you smell is damp, musty air. And as you reach your hands all the way around you, you feel splintery wood. But you know that no matter how loud you wail or how fierce you pound, no one is ever gonna hear you again.
Now, lest you think this story is the stuff of fables, these guides offer a creepy truth.
Because excavations in Europe and in America have turned up coffins containing remains of complete disarray, spinal cords snapped from writhing, jaw bones unhinged from screaming, broken knuckles, broken fingers or broken hands, and of course the telltale sign of nail marks scratched into the underside of coffin lids, some still with the nails stuck in place.
And how does this graveyard have only 3,000 headstones, but over 3 times that amount of bodies buried?
They sold each grave, beginning with this one, for $8, $10, $12 a piece, and then stacked body after body after body up here. And when the graves were all full, well, they mashed them back down to make way for even more death money.
In fact, some of Boston's most tourist-friendly sites have a ghoulish past.
Welcome, my friends, to Boston Common, established in 1634 as public land, and was back here in Puritanic Boston, where those Puritans who put to death all the sinners of Boston town for committing heinous acts. For it's here where we stand, where thousands upon thousands of souls met their end at the end of a noose. If you wanted to bring the whole family here to Boston Common to watch this famous show, the hanging, well, you might slip the hangman a $5 and say, make it interesting. In which case, I would loosen the knots here in the noose, not give her the proper 13, but more like 11 or 10. At which point, it would certainly still hurt a hell of a lot, but her neck would not snap.
And afterwards, where would the city put the dear departed?
Here on the Boston Common, beneath your feet lie anywhere between 20, 30, 40, 50,000 bodies. No one knows how many, why. These people weren't worth keeping track of.
So what do tourists think of this spooky side of Boston?
Oh, it's fantastic. I definitely recommend it. Definitely plan to do it again.
What was the scariest part of it?
Probably the story about the Boston Strangler and actually seeing the light on.
Did it give you creeps?
It did. It did.
They love the whole experience, the mysteriousness of it, the darkness of it, and they come back for more every year.